Hello, folks. I'm back. Today got the trade recap. It was a pretty shitty day. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Um, Not really gonna blame the chop on this one. Definitely blame myself because I thought there would be a lot of movement today. I thought after that sell-off on Friday that we would just wake up and continue selling, and it did not really do that. It still ended pretty red. We kind of gapped down, but overall, I mean, the range we had, you could look at the daily candle. We only had like a $4 range, so just not a lot of movement. And the movement we did have was just so slow and so up and down. It was just not a great day. I took too many losses and had actually zero wins. Well, no, take that back. I had one win for $1 that I actually took profit on. I could have taken profit on an Apple call or put. I did not. But no, I'll take that back. I held a put over the weekend and gapped down, so that was a win. I'll take that. That's a win. Anyways, so first thing I do this morning, I opened a SPY put on Friday because I was like, there's no way we don't continue selling after a day like this. And I'm glad I did that because I ended up making a nice pretty penny on that. So I bought that for $1.62, sold it for $2.13, so I had a $51 gainer on that. But that was the only win. Otherwise, it was a shit show. So let's go down the line of what exactly I did and why I did it, and why you should not do the things that I did today. So, first things first. Let's see here. So I sold that. Okay, so I opened a SPY put after I sold my original put because SPY had a nice little bounce here at open. So where did I buy that? I opened that at 752, sold it at 820. 752. We're coming down, and of course, look at this. Yep, typical me. So, I need to find a way to stop doing this because I'm so insanely good at buying puts at the bottom of the day. Like it's just crazy. I cannot even explain it. I don't even know how I do this, but here at 752, almost the bottom of the day, I grab a put on this candle. It's about 40 cents off the bottom of the day. So I grab a put, sell it over here at 820. And I'm glad I did because obviously we climbed and climbed and climbed. So it's not a complete, like, I hate myself, I'm a loser loss. It was a $36 loss. And those are losses I'm fine with taking. Obviously, I wish I never had any losses, but losses are going to happen. And if they happen, you got to keep them small and infrequent. And that was my problem today, is that they were not infrequent. They were quite frequent, and my wins were nowhere to be found. So I ended up doing that. Took a $36 loss on that, so I'm at like $16 on the day. Next up, I opened another SPY put at 9:13. I closed at 9:30, 9:48. So once again, over here at 9:13, I close it. Where did I say I close it? At 9:48. Oh yeah, yep. Wait a sec, I'm confused. Oh, my freaking throat. So I'm confused here. So I bought a put right there, and then I sold it at 9:40. Oh, yeah, okay. So got a put right there, and you could see SPY did come down. This one was profitable. I was up like $20 on this one. I mean, it just looked, I don't know what it was today. It seemed like things were so rigged. Like we were giving like these huge like red candles that just like had nothing behind them. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. I mean, we'd get these monster red candles and just nothing, just straight back up. Monster, straight back up. Monster red candle, and straight back up. And so grab a put right there. It comes down. It goes up. I sold, took a loss. I'm glad I took a small loss. That's the victory in that. And that's not celebrating a fucking loss. That is doing what you're supposed to do when you have a loss, because you're always going to have losses. I'm not celebrating the loss. I'm saying if you're going to take losses, they have to be small.
And that's my problem is I let the red days just bleed. I let the red days go to minus $250. I'll have one trade where I lose like $200 because I just refuse to cut it. And I could have done that today, but I was cutting my losses. So I took a $31 loss on that, so I'm down to about minus 16 on the day. Next up, an Nvidia call, and this was just like I don't know what I saw here. I mean, look at what Nvidia did. Like, what the fuck is this? It's just like a nightmare. So, Nvidia, 10:08, I sold it 10 minutes later. So, of course, 10:08, I buy it right there. And what happened? Just immediate red. And when that happens to me in a trade, I just immediately start to second guess it, and I should not have been in the trade at all. I just saw Nvidia was unable to break this line right here. You see that? The wick, break, it couldn't hold it, and we finally get a candle that held it, so I'm like, hey, we're going to see some upside. And nope, it goes straight down, and we broke out of this this red line right here, this trend line, which, as you can see, it did a few times. It broke one right there, and it kind of dumped. I could have held a little longer, and it would have made some profit, but hardly any because it only went up like about half a dollar from where I bought it. So took a loss on that, of course. About a $26 loss on that one, so I'm down like $38 on the day. And then what do I do again? I'm like, third time's the charm on SPY, I'm sure. How about another put? Holy shit, I'm like desperate at this point. 1022 to 1031. So you can see this is where I'm like starting to fucking crack. Like, I am getting so frustrated. And so what do? 1021, I grab a put right there. And what happens? Immediately, SPY goes up. And by that point, I was just, yeah, you know how it goes. I'm very upset. And I just like wanted to come back so badly and be like, I'm back, baby. Let's knock it out of the park. And I'm just like, don't know what I'm doing. So I grab a put. I sell it 8 minutes later because of course it just goes straight up. Like yeah, whatever. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm managing to time these bottoms. So I took a $31 loss on that again. So I'm just like getting $30 loss, $30 loss, $20 loss, $30 loss, and it just like is so frustrating. So I buy SPY call just out of pure frustration. I'm like, all right, if I can't make money on puts, I'll buy his call. Why not? And I mean, SPY kind of goes up, and yeah, that was it. I sold for $1 gain. I was just like, hey, it's green, I'll take it. I'm not losing money. So it was just a terrible trading day, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna end up being right, of course. This is what I'm writing down. Things that I had a week to really ponder and think about, like, why do I always take so many losing, just terrible trades, and why am I always like buying on the bottom? And that happens so often. So I'll go down my convictions. So the reason I bought the put here is because we have the supply zone. You could see the sellers were right here. So I'm like, hey, if sellers are still there, I'll buy a put. Sellers might step in and take it down. My stop loss was the top of here, so that's what happened. I hit my stop, I'm out because the setup failed on me. It looked like a good setup because this was a supply zone. And that is what I was telling myself is I always do that. I always buy puts like on the bottom of the day. So that's exactly what I did over here. And then I was like, all right, so we're in this range and now we're at the top of the range. So I'm going to try to buy a put up here. And it just didn't work out that way. So I took the loss, and that is a lesson to learn that if you're doing something the same way over and over again, you got to try something different. And I usually don't do that. If I time the bottom on a put and I take a fat loss, and I'll just like sit around and wait, and then when there is a time to actually get a put that looks like a much better opportunity, I won't take it. So this time I took that opportunity, and it didn't work out, but I'm glad I took the opportunity anyway, because more times than not that setup will actually work out and sellers will still be there. But today SPY was just like it was just cracked. And now I will show you exactly what I mean by that. So this right here was something else. And it's really hard to look at the chart and kind of understand what it felt like to watch this in real time. But SPY right here. So let's just look at this. SPY, if you zoom out, get that, whatever. If you zoom in, you see this just perfect head and shoulders. I mean, perfect. Head, shoulder, with the neckline. And look at this. I draw my line right here. I'm like, I'm going to buy a put if it breaks this line. It breaks it, and just wick straight back up. I mean, it was crazy. Just straight back up. You can see it on the 1 minute candle much better. Just look at this. I mean, it's perfect. It's broken the neckline. This is like an A plus setup, but that's the thing. It was too obvious. And I told myself, I was like, the market is completely jacked up today. Like, market makers see this. They see this, and they know I see it. So what would be the most hilarious thing to do? It would be to destroy everyone that bought puts right here, because so many people bought puts right there, because they see the Head and Shoulders, they see it breaking the neckline, they want to get the early entry. And what would be the most painful thing to do to those people? Let's jack up SPY. Let's jack it up about $2.50 within 4 minutes. I mean, it was just crazy. And once I saw that, I did not take the trade on that, because I was like, after I just got destroyed in these past few trades, I was like, the market is just fucked today. So I didn't even touch it, and I watched that happen, and I watched other people get destroyed by that, and I'm just like, wow, if that is not like the most perfect Head and Shoulders setup, then I just don't know what is, because that was just too easy. But otherwise today on SPY, it just kind of, I mean, it filled the gap, and then it, like I said in my last video, it could not reclaim this level up here. So I'm still really bearish, because we just could not retake this level. I mean, this level right here, this yellow line, this was the low of day on Friday, and it could not get past that. So when you see a crazy sell-off, and then you see that low of day from that sell-off is just, it's now resistance, and that is very bearish. I mean, about as bearish as it gets, because that tells you bulls can't even get it back above that level, that people are still selling up here. So now we have this super duper clear supply zone where there are sellers waiting, and that is what I'm gonna watch out for the next few days, assuming anything big happens. But yeah, just a weird day. I mean, just choppy and weird, and I don't want to blame the chop. Obviously, I like days where there are more direction, but I just need to learn how to not try to trade so bad on these days, because I mean, today I was like fresh off vacation, I want to come back and destroy, but the market wasn't giving it to me, and I did it again. I did it. How many times can I possibly do it? So I know it's not as easy as me just being like, hey, when you think it's a good time to buy a put, I'm going to buy a call, because I know that's not going to work. No trader has ever done that and been successful at it. It's just a complete joke to think that, hey, I'm wrong all the time. Maybe I should try doing the opposite of what I think, and maybe that'll work, because it's going to work like twice, but it's not going to work, because fundamentals are still fundamentals. Like, setups are still setups. Even if sometimes they're fake outs, the majority of the time they work. So yeah, that's my trading day today. And otherwise, things to note was Apple was just really red today. It gapped down, and Apple is just got a great downside setup. I took a put on that over on this break, and I'm loving that. So super clear supply zone right here. Supply zone meaning this is where sellers are sitting at, because what did it do? When it jacked up in there, it sold hard off of it, rejected it, reject, and now we broke this support line that we had at 161.50 and closed below that. So I foresee some red in Apple's future. I have a put for next week, and I will try to not panic sell it if we get any green tomorrow, because I usually end up doing that. When I grab puts, the first sign of any green, because what do? I tell myself, hey, I should be making money when the market is green. So when it's green and I have a put, I ignore the entire setup. I don't zoom out. I just go like, this put isn't letting my account go up. Even though the account going up doesn't mean anything, because I'm not taking profit on anything. It's just the stupid arbitrary number. And I sell the put, and then what happens? So that's really the most painful thing that happened to me this last week. And I was out of town, so I'm not like I should have seen this coming, because I wasn't at my computer. I cannot chart on my phone like I can on my computer. But the worst thing I did on Friday, look at these 4 puts. I had 4 puts on Friday or on Thursday that I sold. I sold all of them. I sold my Apple put, I had a semiconductor put, I had a Cloudflare put, I had a SPY put, and I sold them all because I was so worried that if the market was green and I'm not making money, then I'm doing something wrong. And that just is, it's just so stupid. It's so dumb. I don't know why I would ever think that. Like, what the fuck does it matter what direction the market is moving? Because we're not in a bull market and we're not going to be in one for a long time. So that thinking cost me so much money. I mean, this Apple put. Let's see. I can look at it right now. This I need to do this to myself so I can have this memory for the next time I think I should panic sell because I'm so scared that, hey, what if the market's green and I'm not making any money? So let's look at this Apple put at 165. So that doubled. So that's about 240 to 610. So yeah, that was about a $360 gain on that. Cloudflare, uh, April 25th. What is that? A 16th of September for a $55 strike. That one is only up about 30 bucks. Yeah, that one was very small. The semiconductor one is probably up majorly. I sold that for $236, the 210 put for 16th of September. 210 put. What did I sell it for? 236. So that's up about $170. And then the SPY put, of course, the SPY put. This was for the week, or for September 7th. September 7th, put for 405 strike. I sold that for $198, and that went up about $400. So all in all, that mistake cost me about $900. And then on top of that, I switched to calls on SPY, of course, because Thursday was so green. So, so this will be the third. I mean, no, this will be the one, twice, thrice, fourth time that I have bought into a rally because I get FOMO, and then it just completely reverses on me, and then I'm just left bag holding for all the idiots who bought down, or all the idiots that, not the idiots, but the smart people that sold up here. I bought their shares, and yep, now I'm holding them. So I've done it 4 times. You think I'll learn the 5th time? Nope. But no, I will. I will this time around, because it looks like the Bears are going to be right again, and I just could not care less. I just don't fucking care if the market is green and I would love to be right all the time. It's one thing if I'm holding a bunch of shorts in the very green, which I was recently, so that sucks. But I need to just disconnect the idea that, oh, SPY's up 2% today, I should be up 10% today. Because it makes me do very stupid things like sell a bunch of puts before the reddest day in months. I mean, that was a $900 mistake, all because I was worried that, oh no, Friday might be green. And yeah, it's just stupid. Stupid. So from now on, I could care less if SPY goes up 10% in one day and I only go up 2% in a day. I just want to make money no matter what the market does. And being of the bias that I'm only going to be able to make money if things are going up is just, it's always going to hamper me because the market doesn't only go up. So why am I trying to be a trader that only excels when the market goes up? Why not be a trader that makes money, God forbid, when it goes down? Because when you look at the macro economy and the Fed themselves are telling us there's going to be pain, then why am I trying to only make money when the market goes up? Like, what am I doing? It's crazy. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna sell something because I don't need a fucking bag hold because I'm worried that I'm going to not make money if the market goes up. So you know what? I am just going to take a loss on something, and that is going to be on, what do you think, Cloudflare or Nvidia? I might just sell my Nvidia because I don't need to just bag hold it forever. I already missed my shot on Nvidia. What about Net? There we go. So Net is going to fill its gap. Oof, Net is looking like hot dog shit. Yeah, I'm going to sell the Net. I'm out of Net. Fuck Cloudflare. I'll buy back in at $40. I don't need to hold it. The market is not going up. The bottom is not in, so I'm just going to sell it. And that is that. Extended So, all right. The fuck, my mic turned off. Anyways, that's the end of my angry rant. I did it again. I did it again because I thought, uh-oh, I missed a dip. I better buy now. And what did I do? I did it all again. And I'm not gonna buy the buying. I'm not gonna buy the falling knife this time around. I'm just gonna sell. I'm gonna sell shit. So that's the way to do it, I believe. Hut, you are dog shit. I will sell you. So my hut, I'll buy you back at a cheaper price because I am not a retirement account. I am a day trader. SoFi, same thing. So, no more. Alright, no more just FOMOing. I'm done. It's done. No more FOMOing. Because it is done so insane. It's just so much. I've lost so much money just FOMOing in these stupid rallies. And I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Like, I'm just not gonna do it anymore. So I'll buy and hold Nvidia and Google, but other than that, I'm just like done. I'm so annoyed doing this shit over and over and over again. And come on. Close, close, close. All right, so that takes us to about a minus 800 realized loss day because I sold all those terrible losing positions. And instead of just buying the falling knife, I'm just gonna wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and it looks like the knife is just gonna keep falling. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. And yeah, that's that. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.